The Our Urban Future Spring Break Study Tour began on Sunday morning as the group boarded a motor coach heading to Chicago. The group of 19 students, including all class years with a variety of majors, was led by the director of the Rosenfield program, Barbara Trish, and program coordinator, Lorene Van Wyk, along with the Center for Careers, Life, and Service Career Community Director, Maureen Fitzgibbon. Upon arrival at the downtown Chicago hotel, docents from the Chicago Architectural Foundation led a tour through the city's downtown, where the group observed public art ranging from the 19th century mosaics to modern abstract sculpture. They learned how public art and architecture has formed the development of Chicago itself. This framed the rest of our travels on the study tour. Chicago Picasso, dedicated on August 15, 1967, in Daley Plaza in the Chicago Loop, is 50 feet tall and weighs 162 tons. It was the first such major public artwork in downtown Chicago and has become a well-known landmark. Willis Tower, commonly referred to as the Sears Tower, is 110 stories high. Four Seasons is a beautiful mosaic that wraps around a 70-foot long rectangular block in Chase Tower Plaza. On each side in the corner you can see it was signed by the artist Marc Chagall. It is composed of small chips and over 250 colors. The design was created in Chagall's studio in France, then installed in Chicago. It features surreal paintings of birds, fish, flowers, and suns. The pictures come together to portray different ecosystems and seasons. Chagall himself said that the seasons represent human life, both physical and spiritual, as its different ages. Chicago's parks are the settings for a world-class collection of nearly 300 fountains, monuments, and sculptures. Colin Davis, who studied political science while at Grinnell, now owns a real estate development company that specializes in affordable housing. Driving a small bus from a senior living facility he developed, and with his children and dog in tow, Cullen toured the group around the Cabrini Green neighborhood. He explained the nature of the area's transition over the prior decades, emphasizing that it's now difficult to visually distinguish the low-income and market-rate housing developments in the area. The group visited the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago. The Reclamation District has intragovernmental jurisdiction with boundaries that largely overlap with Cook County. It's governed by a 9-member board of commissioners. The mission of the district is to protect the health and safety of the citizens and the waterways, and its reach includes sanitary and storm sewers. The district's Deep Tunnel project is monumental multi-decade tunnel system being built to protect Lake Michigan and local waterways, as well as the water supply from the effects of sewage and floodwaters. The visit to the Chicago Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities was an eye-opening and engaging experience. Deputy Commissioner of Compliance Joseph Russo and Senior Policy Analyst Lori Knox explained efforts to make everything from new residential developments to L stations in the city accessible. The group stopped for some photos in the Grand Chicago City Council chamber, the venue that's played host over the decades to high-drama local politics. Lunch at the Berghoff was a special treat for everyone. This iconic institution has been serving traditional German cuisine and steins of beer in an old world setting since 1898. Our special guests included Chicago writer Joe Engelman, class of 14. The group next trekked to the Garfield Park Conservatory via the Green Line. The conservatory is a nonprofit alliance which boasts spectacular indoor and outdoor gardens as well as educational programming for the community. The conservatory's Director of Development, Barbara Carney, spoke with the groups about the fundraising opportunities and challenges she faces. The group enjoyed the vibrant colors of the 2,000 plant species. We toured the 8 rooms of the third largest public plant conservatory in the world. Often referred to as landscape art under glass, this truly is a magnificent facility. On the final evening in Chicago, the group gathered for a back to the classroom event with alums. Participants prepped for the event by examining assigned readings and viewing the 1939 documentary, The City. Discussion focused on whether cities should be created via top-down planning schemes or bottom-up organic processes. We were hosted at IFF, a community development bank, by Joe Neary, class of 84, who serves as Chief Executive Officer. Through his work, Joe has been able to engage and promote social equity, with IFF supplying financial loans to nonprofit organizations targeted at social justice and accessibility to resources. The goal of this Chicago-based organization is to help change the world in healthcare, childcare, and charter schools. The Art Institute of Chicago, adjacent to Chicago's Grant Park, was founded in 1879, and it is one of the oldest and largest art museums in the United States. And we fly into the nation's capital. We were greeted in Washington, D.C. with a snowstorm, shutting much of the city down. Alan Satterwhite, class of '05, graciously met us at Glen Echo Group, which is dedicated to policy advocacy. A vice president at Glen Echo, Ellen filled the group in on her work partnering with businesses and other organizations to make the internet more accessible and functional for communities and citizens. Next stop was the Urban Institute. The Urban Institute is a think tank that undertakes research on economic and social policy with the goal of offering solutions to problems that plague urban areas and shaping decision. We met with David Lietzen, class of 16, a research analyst studying justice policy. Lietzen looks at the impacts of policy programs using both data collected by the Urban Institute and data from the government. His main focus is gun violence in Chicago, Illinois. The students engaged in conversation with several alumni from the D.C. area while eating at the Lemon Indian restaurant on P Street in Northwest Washington, D.C. Some of the alumni who attended the dinner previously served on the Rosenfield Program Committee. Grinnell alumni are generous with their resources, offering many opportunities for Grinnell students. A highlight of the week was the visit to Verizon, where Ed Sen, class of 79, and Vice President of State Government Relations, hosted the group. The Verizon Technology Center is filled with unique displays and models depicting the evolution of the Internet from its birth to the Internet of Things. The center is used to tell stories, with displays from electric cars and clean transportation, smart farming technologies, to virtual patient care and emergency services. Over lunch, Ed filled the group in on his path from Grinnell to Verizon, and he offered advice about positioning for fulfillment and success in the workplace. This is what the Capitol looked like when we arrived there as our last stop. Thanks to Chief of Staff Mike Goodman, Class of '01, from Representative Ron Kine's office in the Longworth House office building, the group did a walkthrough of the representative's office, meeting staff and seeing their work environs. Afterward, the group toured the Capitol building with a focus on the unique art inside and the architecture of the building.